When a British citizen leads a movement to divide African land, why does it feel so familiar? My name is Noreen and this is Real Africa Stories. Let me say something many people are thinking but struggling to put into words. In South Africa, a British citizen, Phil Craig, has become one of the most visible voices calling for the Western Cape to break away from the rest of the country. On paper, it's framed as democracy, as a constitutional process, as a debate about governance. But for many Africans, this doesn't land as neutral. It lands as something we've felt before. Because colonisation didn't begin with chains. It began with opinions. Opinions about African land. Opinions about African governance. Opinions about which parts of Africa were considered functional and which ones were written off. Many Africans feel unsettled watching this. They've felt this pattern before. And what history shows us is that fragmentation has rarely served the people living on the land. Let's be clear about something that often goes unsaid. This is African land, paid for with African lives, shaped by centuries of extraction and borders drawn without consent. So the question isn't only is secession legal? It's this. What gives a British citizen the moral confidence to advocate for the division of African land at all? This isn't about silencing debate. Anyone can speak. But equity asks us to look at power. Whose voices are treated as rational? Whose concerns are dismissed as emotional? When separation is sold using language like efficiency or exceptionalism, Africans recognize that language instantly. It echoes how segregation and colonial rule were once justified. Post-colonial states are not fragile because Africans failed. They are fragile because they were designed under pressure, extraction, and division. So when familiar fault lines are reopened by voices untouched by that cost, the discomfort makes sense. I'm curious how this lands for you. Does this feel like genuine democratic conversation? Or does it stir something older and harder to ignore? This is the Africa You're Not Shown, but I'm here to show you.